Every adventure starts with a choice to leave the ordinary behind, to follow the roads less traveled, and discover what's waiting beyond the next bend. For me, that journey started with one Jeep, a Jeep that became my freedom, my escape, and the reason I've explored some of the most incredible places, met incredible people, and created memories I'll never forget.
Yes.
Because every trail has a story, and every journey teaches you something new. Beyond the Gravel isn't just about where the road ends, it's about where the adventure begins. So come along for the ride. I'm Dani, and this is Beyond the Gravel.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Gravel with me, Dani. And I'm so excited to have you here with me. If you are anything like me and you love getting off the beaten track, exploring incredible places, camping under the stars, and taking adventures that most people drive straight past, we'll be going on 4x4 adventures, Jeep club outings, camping, whether that's solo or with family and friends, and hopefully one day, fingers crossed, taking this Jeep across the borders into Botswana, Namibia, and all of those incredible places beyond our South African borders. So my love for Jeeps started when I was about 15 years old. My dad bought this Jeep because he really wanted a proper 4x4. Not long after we got this, he taught me how to drive in it. And since I got behind that wheel for the first time, I absolutely fell in love with the car, but I also think I fell in love with everything that came with a 4x4. I never imagined back then that this Jeep would become such a huge part of my life. And a few years later, when I started driving into the middle of Joburg to go to university, and I was also coming home late at night after hockey, my parents decided that the Jeep would become my car. I'm incredibly grateful to my parents for giving me the Jeep. And I know that I am so lucky that I got the opportunity to be able to have this as a first car. Since then, this Jeep has become so much more than just a way for me to move from A to B. It became a part of who I am. And as soon as I got my first salary from a job that I had coaching while I was in university, I started paying for modifications. It became one upgrade after another, and well, anyone who owns a Jeep, or a 4x4 for that matter, knows that they never really stay stock. Every modification has a story behind it, and every trip has taught me something new.
So, let me introduce you to the star of the channel. This is my 2008 Jeep Wrangler JK. It is the 2.8 CRD diesel with a 6-speed manual gearbox, and I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. Over the years, I've slowly built this Jeep piece by piece. Every modification has been added over time, and it's been amazing to watch it grow into the adventure vehicle it is today. One of the very first things we did was this sticker. We actually designed it ourselves, and even though it's such a simple addition, it's always been one of my favorite touches because it made the Jeep feel like my own. At the front, I upgraded the bumper, which completely changed the look of the Jeep and made it much more practical for off-roading. I also added these spotlights, and you'll definitely see them come in handy in some of my upcoming adventures. As I started taking on more challenging trails, I upgraded the suspension and added a few preventative modifications, like heavy-duty diff covers and steering stabilizer relocation brackets to help keep the Jeep protected and reliable. I also upgraded the tires, and they made one of the biggest differences to both the capability and the overall look of the Jeep. And then, my favorite little detail, the ducks. If you've never heard of Jeep ducking, it is a tradition where Jeep owners leave little rubber ducks on other Jeeps. Most of these were given to me at Jeep events, and every single one reminds me of an adventure or someone I've met along the way. To me, that's what owning a Jeep is really about. It's not just the vehicle, it's the community, the friendships, and the adventures that come with it. This is the Jeep that's going to be taking us on all the adventures you'll see here on Beyond the Gravel, and I can't wait to share them with you.
So, what can you expect from Beyond the Gravel? We'll be tackling 4x4 trails across South Africa, camping in some incredible places, joining Jeep Club events, and testing gear and modifications. I will also be sharing honest reviews about the equipment I've used, the equipment I'm using, and even the upgrades that I've gotten for my car. I will also be sharing weekend getaways, road trips, learning new off-road trails, and learning new off-road skills, and bringing you with me on every single adventure, whether that be traveling by myself or with my family and friends. I want this channel to be a place where people feel inspired to be outdoors, explore somewhere new, and make memories of their own. You don't need the biggest budget or the most modified rig to have an adventure. Sometimes all you need is to take that first turn onto the gravel road. One of my biggest dreams is to take this Jeep beyond South Africa. I would love to explore Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique, and so many other incredible places. However, those trips do take planning, time, and saving, but that's all part of the adventure too. So you'll get to follow me on this journey from the very beginning. And who knows where this Jeep and this channel will take us over the next couple years. And honestly, I cannot wait to find out. So if you have made it this far, thank you so much. You don't understand how much it means to me that you will be joining me from the very beginning of this adventure of mine. Please subscribe so that you don't miss any of my new videos, and also please let me know in the comments what you want to see on this channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on my next adventure.